Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Provost from Provost Park Pass, and we have some breaking news for Disneyland. Yes, that's right, Disneyland. It just broke a few hours ago, and I'm getting to you guys very first. But before we get to that, I just want to say this. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. We have had some amazing growth on our channel lately, and we're doing this huge project called 100K by New Year's Day. If we hit 100,000 subscribers by New Year's Day, we are going to be giving away 100 gifts of Disneyland merchandise to you. That's right, to you. And so what we're gonna be giving away, we're giving away Disney Spirit jerseys, Disney like Mickey Mouse and Minnie ears. We're giving away backpacks, t-shirts, shirts, pants, all kinds of like homewares, towels, everything. I'm basically gonna send Amanda down to downtown Disney, and she's gonna buy up the whole store and bring all those gifts back, and then we're gonna give them away to you guys as a big thank you for supporting our channel. Now, if you want a chance to win these gifts, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel. Subscribe, and that's it. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's just that easy. So even while you're watching this video, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button, and boom, voila, you are now eligible for this huge giant giveaway of 100K by New Year's Day. All right, on to the breaking news. So some breaking news just happened in the world of Disneyland. And this is very exciting. And before I get to that, what the breaking news is, I have to explain what's happened the last 3 or 4 days so you'll understand the whole big picture. This last weekend, Governor Newsom says that they were going to be sending out a task force to Florida for them to look at the Florida parks to see how those Florida theme parks reopened. Governor Newsom, who's the governor of California, says we're going to send this task force out to Orlando to evaluate theme parks. Now, he didn't ever say which theme parks they're going to visit, but we all know what theme parks you're going to visit in Orlando is going to be Disney. So he said that they would be sending out this task force very soon to Florida to see how they dealt with the reopening with COVID. The very next day, this task force said, actually, we've already been to Florida, and we're coming back to talk to the governor and give him our findings. So they've already been down there. They're not going. They've already been there. They've evaluated what's happening at these theme parks in Orlando. Then on Monday night, Bob Chapek, who's the CEO of Disney, that's the highest you get, guys, is the CEO. He was on an interview, and in his interview, he was asked this questions. He says, how's the negotiations going with the state of California? And then he said this, and this is a direct quote. It's not much of a negotiation. It's pretty much a mandate that we stay closed. Now, keep in mind, Disney they're very much hyper aware of their public persona and image. They don't like to bash things or whatever. They're just like, hey, we're trying to work things out. But this year, you're reading between the lines. Disney's starting to take the gloves off. They're like, there's no negotiation going on in the state of California. They've mandated that we have to stay closed, so we have to stay closed, and we're not negotiating with them because they're not negotiating with us. Then Bob Chapek went on to say this. I look at all the Disney properties, be it Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Paris, Walt Disney World, or the NBA bubble, and we have opened them up responsibly. Now this is, you can see that Disney's starting to like, hey, put a little bit of pressure on the state of California. It says, we've done this around the world. We've been responsible. Then, if you remember in our last video last week, Governor Newsom says that they were going to look at the data to see if they really were open and responsible. Then Dr. Pamela Heimel, who's the chief medical officer for Disney, said this. She said this on Monday. The data has shown that Disney World opened responsibly. We did not cause a surge in COVID cases. She's like, the data proves there's no surge in COVID cases. Interesting enough is this. There's a Dr. Raul Pino, who's the director of the health and safety in the state of Florida. He said that when Disney World was reopening, that they were watching it like a hawk to see. He says that now they don't even look at Disney anymore as far as the numbers go because there was no surge in COVID cases at any of the Disney parks after they reopened. So that's some good news for them saying, hey, they opened, I think it's them, pretty much them saying they opened responsibly. There's no surge in cases. So what's going on here? Now, this Dr. Ghali, who's in California, who's in charge of the health and safety there, he said this. He goes, I know people are continuing to wonder when that guidelines will be opening, when there'll be guidelines for the reopening of the theme parks. It will come out when we are ready. That's what he said. It's going to come out when we are ready. We don't know when it's going to come out, just whenever they're ready. But just a few hours ago, the state officials in the state of California said that they are going to be visiting 3 theme parks to see what their preparation is for reopening their theme parks. And the 3 theme parks that they named, that they said they're going to visit, is Disneyland, Universal Studios, and the Pacific Park on the Santa Monica Pier. That's right. That's what they said. We're going to go to these 3 theme parks. Once again, Disneyland, Universal Studios, the Pacific Park on the Santa Monica Pier. They just announced this a few hours ago, says they're going to do it sometime this week. They're going to those 3 theme parks to evaluate their measures that those parks have taken for reopening. Which means, this sounds like that, Bob Chapek on Monday was saying, hey, there's no negotiations. Now all of a sudden on Wednesday, the state of California is like, hey, we're sending people out to the parks to find out what's going on so we can start negotiating. So it looks like something is actually happening. We're moving in the right direction. What is interesting to note, though, is this. Universal Studios is located in LA County, and LA County is located in the purple tier, which is the highest tier in the thing. So I don't know if they're going to be able to reopen or not. Disneyland is still in the red tier. And according to the governor, the theme parks wouldn't probably be able to open until they get into the orange tier. So even though they're going to look at these even though they're going to look and see what the theme parks have done for the reopening and their social distancing and how they're going to handle their theme parks and their reopening, that doesn't mean they're probably reopening anytime soon. The state of California just came out and said this about Halloween. And Halloween was, 2 weeks away. And they said that for Halloween night, that you could have up to 3 families together for no more than 2 hours. They don't want any large gatherings. So if you look at Halloween as the gauge, the barometer of what's going on, that means that Disneyland's probably a little further away to opening up. If they're only allowing 3 families to get together for Halloween and less than 2 hours, then I'm thinking that the governor is trying to really clamp down on that. Now, keep in mind, Governor Newsom is doing what he thinks is right for the state of California. This is his point of view on what he's doing, what he thinks is right. Disneyland, they're doing what they think is right. They want to reopen them up. They want to get the jobs going, the economy going down there. And those different point of views are bam, 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 bam. So it's a little bit difficult there, but both of them are trying to do what they think is right. Now, this is exciting, though, for Disney fans to know that at least somebody's going to look at Disneyland to see what's going on there. According to Josh DeMauro, who's been there a few weeks ago, he says, we're ready. Let us open up. We've put all the measures in. We're ready to go. So hopefully when people get there, the health officials get there, they'll say, yep, we're ready to open. Or they'll get there and say, I don't think this is actually acceptable. And at that point, Disney would make their adjustments. Now, if you want to see something really cool, tomorrow, my wife, this is Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She is in Walt Disney World in Florida right now. She's going to be going live at Animal Kingdom. So if you want to see what the crowds are like, what the social distancing is like, the measures that Walt Disney World has taken, you can see that when she goes live from Animal Kingdom tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. You guys, I thank you so much for watching our channel, supporting us. Please sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you are eligible for this huge giveaway we're going to do. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's easy. Please do it. Hit that notification bell. And we're ready to go, guys. Anytime that we have breaking news in the world of Disney, you will be the first to know if you're subscribed to Provo's Park Pass.